Looks like we are live. So, yes. So, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, depending on where in the world you are. We are welcoming you to this education hour where we will cover today. With the education hour, we'll join
Exploring the evidence.
Exploring the evidence through the natural communication, and that's just a thing that is on our heart. And we'll just waffle a little bit until we can see there's a few people on, and hopefully there'll be something that's much more exciting when you are joining in there.
Yeah.
So if you can see and hear us, please let us just know. Just put
Thumbs up.
a thumbs up or comment in the chat. So that's would be appreciated. And we are inviting you to just during this next 3/4 to an hour, just joining with your questions and your inquiries in the chat box, and we'll try to cover whatever you come up with as well there. So.
Can I ask you, why
Yes.
did you choose this topic?
Why? I did choose this topic. Okay. Good evening, Sue. Lovely to see you here.
Hello.
So we are visible, and
That's
to
good.
hear out there that's a good start. So yes, why did I choose this topic for tonight? I did choose this topic because I've learned through my own years teaching with students and things, and what I've been watching of mediumship over the years. That's in my opinion, there's a relevance of looking into both the natural communication. When we're talking about the natural communication, that is the communication we as mediums have with the spirit world, and then the way we can use that natural communication to explore the evidence that spirit is bringing forward. Often I've heard from mediums and teachers that we shouldn't ask a question to spirit, and I really have to disagree, because it's like when we are talking with each other in the physical world, it's a natural communication, and
Yeah, you have to train, you have to get used to that. Because in the beginning, you start to just get either feelings, images, or you can hear things. You have to train to get that natural communication.
yes.
So I remember in the beginning when you said, have that natural communication, I thought, what are you talking about? But when I started to, get more information and try to, ask back in my mind, of course, or ask for, now I have pictures. So when I started to elevate these pictures and get more info in that, the communication, the natural communication started. So it is, it's not for totally beginners.
No, we can use it for total beginners as well, to start training that natural communication. But as we are getting more trained as mediums, it becomes more and more relevant, I think, to be more and more aware of how natural that communication is.
Yeah.
One of the reasons is we often see a lot of one-word statements, and on one-word statement can be like, I see a clock, you understand a clock, or there's a name Mark, you understand Mark, and we leave it to the recipient to place that one-word statement. And to me, or to us, that is not evidence, because it might be evidential for recipients, but it's the recipient that is placing that information we're just giving out. It's not the medium that is delivering it as evidence, and I believe that's important to look at that difference. And of course, the recipient should be able to take it as an evidence as well. Of course, that's needed. But so we just start talking about what is evidence, and we will talk a little bit more about the lateral communication afterwards.
And if you dare to open that clock, so why are your grandfather showing me the clock? What's the story about it? It's not every time it works, but it's like you dive in and the story will unfold. And it's more how can you say, it's lovely when it open up like a flower, and you get more information about it, and you get sort of much better connection with the spirit, with example, the grandfather with the clock. And then more evidence will come. Yes.
So we are talking about, let's just take grandfather's clock. Grandfather is bringing forward the clock. A natural question to grandfather in our mind, to asking grandfather about, but where did you get that clock from? Or where is that clock now? Or what is the relevance of that clock? Why are you bringing that in? There's always a reason for everything they're bringing into us from spirit world. And when we're talking about asking questions to spirit, it's not about demanding spirit to give us certain information, but allow them to come with the information they're coming with that energy that we through our senses can translate into words. And through that mind-to-mind communication with spirit, we can ask these questions. So grandfather, what is the relevance of this clock? Grandfather maybe says,
oh, I got it from, it's a gift.
Oh, it's a gift. So who was it a gift from?
My former workplace. I was there 25 years. So.
Oh, so grandfather got this clock from his workplace after 25 years with the same company. Suddenly, the clock becomes evidence brought from the medium, and not just an information for the recipient to place. And next question can be, what happened to the clock?
Or where did you work? Did you love your...
Or where did you work?
Yeah.
And yeah, all different kind of questions can pop up.
It will open up like a flower.
Yes. So it's that natural communication we have. It's like if I said to Lola, oh Lola, look at that lovely wristband I have on here. Isn't it beautiful?
Oh, it is. It is. So where did you get that from?
Oh, I got it from a lovely lady.
Oh, it's very beautiful. Did you wear it all the time, or?
Oh yes, even in the bath.
So did you pass it on to somebody else? Is it still in the family?
Oh, I'm still wearing it. That's lucky, isn't it? That's kind of natural communication that we're talking about, and we can have that spirit if we allow ourselves to surrender into that energy and being with it within that energy, and accept that nobody's talking like father, or let's just continue with grandfather. Nobody talking like grandfather, clock, work,
Oops.
25 years.
No.
Nobody's talking like that. That's a bit of synthesis coming forward. So it's really for us as mediums to ask the questions to spirit. What are you meaning with this? The same with names. We often hear names being thrown out, and that's great. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, hi, Rich. I love to see you on here as well. But I love names are great to get, and sometimes we're just getting the name. We're not quite clear what the name is about. But I have experienced and I have said to Spirit, if you're giving me a name, it needs to be relevant to the communicator. Because it's the communicator that is the most important one here. And by asking when getting the name Mark, for example, grandfather is coming with the name Mark. Ask grandfather, is it your name, or is it somewhere in the family, or it's and grandfather said, oh, it's my old pal that is with me in spirit here, and so okay, your old pal, we can ask in our mind to spirit and say, but how do you know each other? Oh, he was at the workplace where I worked for 25 years. And we used to go down the pub together. Oh, what was that for a pub? Oh, that was the Golden Pheasant, or so whatever it might be.
Can anybody take a man like that?
So, but you know, it's about allow ourselves to have that natural communication. It's what we see a lot. What we see a lot with students is like when they're getting that clock. It's like, oh, I got a clock, I got a clock, I got a clock, and that just like they're freezing.
Yeah, I did that, didn't I?
And well, we have all been there.
Yeah.
But I remember in my old days, it was, oh, I got a clock, I got a clock, I got something fantastic, and that's where we all start. But if we allow ourselves to explore that energy of the communicator, that energy of the information they're bringing in,
Yeah.
we can allow ourselves to be better, more comfortable with our mediumship as well, and bring a closer connection to spirit as well. So it's important to bring that connection to spirit as a medium, and the more we interact with the communicator in spirit, the closer the connection will be.
Yeah. And it's all about taking your time, dive in, lean back, and take the time to learn the skills. Now, I know when we are on the platform, everything goes very fast, and you do not allow yourself to take a break, if I can say that. So this is very important to learn when you're in circles or development classes, or to take your time. It's your journey, and it's your skills. It's all about you in this process. And the more you learn this skill, the easier and quicker it will be. And as Jack says, it's not always this will unfold, but most of the time they will bring more information about maybe the clock. Now we are talking, diving into the clock, but yeah. So it is very much important to take the time and nurture.
Yes. We'll take it in the English class tomorrow.
Oh, thank you. Okay, yeah.
So, but most of all, it's important as well that we can relax with that communication and that connection with spirit.
Yeah.
And again, I can see a few more people have come on. If you have questions and inquiries, please put it in the comments, and we will try to bring that in as well. But looking at this with the about exploring the evidence. through the natural communication. It's about not only explore it, but also elevate the evidence.
Yeah.
So even though that we can sometimes it's maybe not just information, but it can be evidence, but it can be maybe not. Hi Jim. But that can be maybe a weak evidence. So we can still elevate that evidence into becoming a stronger evidence. And we can do that again and again and again. One of my favorite is when I have a grandmother that had the entire family in place and put down all the birthdays and anniversaries and things in her diary. Now see that grandma with her little purse. I'll dive into that purse and look for her diary and look in the diary and literally take it in my hand and just go through the pages and say, okay, I can see here when I'm coming to month of August. I can see there's a birthday there, and I can see the birthdays in the back end of August, about the 26th of August. And I can see here there's a name here as well. And does that work every time? No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
But it's because you have developed that skill.
Exactly.
In the early years, early years.
Yes. And I failed with it many times, but we need to do that. Good evening, Patrick, as well. I have failed. Lola have failed many times, and we are still doing. It's not that we achieve that goal to elevate every time, but I can assure you, if we are not giving it a go, we won't.
Exactly.
And it's not about forcing. It's not about forcing the evidence, but just being in that natural blend, that natural communication.
Yeah.
And as I said, it's very much about building that as a medium, building that a relation with the spirit communicator, and have all your focus there. Of course, you need to have a little bit of focus on your recipient, but that's only on a on the verbal, so you understand that yes, no, I don't know. But on an energetic level, only be connected with the communicator in spirit and really disconnect from your recipient, because that's where you bring that closeness. And through that communication, you will bring them closer, because from spirit they would be more interested in working with you because you show them the interest. It's like when we're having a conversation. When we're talking, if I'm talking with Lola, if I'm giving her my full attention, sometimes, no, sorry, if I'm giving her my full attention, she would be more interested to speak back to me, instead of if I'm somewhere over here, she probably don't bother communicate with me anyway.
Definitely not.
So that's how we are as human, and they are just like that in spirit as well.
Exactly.
So it's very much about that natural communication, and just think about how you are speaking with people in your daily life. Don't make different when you're talking to people's loved one in spirit, or even your own. Just have that chat, have that. Ask those questions to the information, the information and evidence that bring forward. Ask the questions. And as I said just when we start, I often have heard over the years that we shouldn't ask spirit questions, and I say, why not? Why not? That's and for me, it's to me that's very important to get more knowledge and get more evidence from our loved ones in spirit, because if I just, as I said earlier, nobody's talking like grandfather, clock, work, 25 years. nobody's talking like that. If we are imagining they're talking, they will be talking in sentences, but we only hear the few words in between. So we need to connect the words, and the way to do it is just to put our mind up to ask them the questions in our mind. Don't do it out loud. That seems awkward. But just do it in your mind.
Can see Sue.
Yes. So, Sue, how do you feel presentation of mediumship have changed even in the last 10 years to today? Well, I've seen over the years it has changed a lot. I think it has changed a lot, and I think when I look at the way I explored the mediumship and the expression of mediumship has been through the many years I've been traveling around the UK and visiting churches all around and seeing many different mediums. I see it's, and especially after COVID, where more have come online, it's easier to see it. Obviously, here from Denmark and from even and seen it from many different churches and many different mediums. It's easier to access, and I find it. I see a lot of what I call lazy mediumship, simply because, and why I call that is when people are not is not asking the questions to the communicators.
When it's all about one-word statement.
Yes,
and,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Okay.
And asking questions to the recipients and things like that. And often I believe when we as mediums are asking questions, it's not because we don't have the information, but because we doubt in the information we have. So we ask the recipient, why do grandfather show me a clock? Just to take that as an example again, instead of just saying grandfather is showing me this clock. So it's about having the positive presentation, and I think a lot of it comes down to the teaching these days, because sadly, and we have to realize that there's a lot of lack of teaching, if I can put it that way. In my opinion, it's just, and of course, we can only talk out from our own opinion, from our own experiences. But it's easy these days just to take a few workshops and then call yourself a medium and go out. You can get bookings in the churches, and after a few bookings, you can become a teacher in a church circle or something. Not always because you're qualified, but because nobody else wants to take it.
But you have to admit there are some very good teachers as well.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
there is. So yes, it's so yeah, it's. But to come back to a question, I feel like the mediumship or the presentation of mediumship has changed in that way, with all respect for all different kind of styles of mediumship we are presenting. Luckily, we are not all working the same way. We have our own unique way to work. But I believe it's important to accept that we can have that communication, two-way from the medium to spirit and back, having that two-way communication before we bring the free way in with the recipient. So yeah, it is a free way, but it is us as mediums that need to communicate there. And as I see it, that lacks a little bit these days.
So you think when we start to do our mediumship journey, we are too quick to get out there.
Yeah.
And that's why we have to impress and instead of learning, taking the time to learn the skills.
Yes. And I think a part of it comes down to one thing is that people sometimes have been pushed a little bit out of the tutors, but also their own ego that want to get out there. But sometimes I think that we need to educate the sitters, the congregations as well, to what to expect from the presentation, from the evidence, and these things. So I think even though there has been a progress within the movement, within presentation mediumship, I think it's always been like that. We're going a bit forward, we're going a bit backwards, and I think that's probably how it has to be. But we can look at, if we are developing mediumship ourselves, to put our minds into first of all, to get the tools to work with spirit, but also how explore how to use these tools.
Do you think we have now? It was just coming to my mind that some teachers have how can you say, are scared to say, well, you can do better, or we just clapping our hands when we teach and say, oh, that's very good, because we don't want to have a bad, how can you say, she's rude, not rude, but she's a tough teacher, or so I rather go to whoever else, because we don't dare to push the students a bit.
Yeah, and I think a lot what is happening is when people are starting teaching too early, as well as going out on the platform and take clients too early, they haven't been developing the skills properly, and not everybody is a teacher, as well as not everybody is a medium. But the importance to me, what I've much focus on in my years as a teacher, not only within spiritualism and mediumship, but also before, back in the days when I learned how to teach. That's another thing, to know how to teach, how does the psychology within teaching work, but also being able to connect with the students' energy, and know when they are with spirit, when they are in the psyche, and when they are in the mind. Because it's often we see that if we allow the students to give each other feedback, we need to do that as well. But if we're not interacting with them through the exercises and things, that's where the teaching is coming in. Just go and say to them, okay, when you talk about grandfather and that clock, ask grandfather, why is that clock relevant? So tell the students during the way, help them to understand they can actually ask these questions, just as an example. So yeah. So I believe that's just very important. And I can tell you, if somebody's sitting there and think, well, I would like to try these things out. Next week we actually we'll take this subject onto a Zoom to an open circle environment on Zoom next week, where those that want to try these things out, we will be there to guide you through and interact with you while you are working. So that is an opportunity, and it's totally free. It's just come and join. Patrick says, I always ask better questions, especially transcribes.
Transcribe.
Yes, and yes, even in trans, we do have a form of communication there as well, definitely. So with guides and helpers, we can chat with them as well, and I'm sure many of you are very aware of that. So remember there that just getting back to what is evidence. To me or to us, evidence is when it's a medium that is delivering the evidence. So when the is elevated from an information into evidence, or a weak evidence into a stronger evidence, that's the medium's job.
Yeah.
It's not the recipient's job to place random information as evidence, because it's often becomes, oh yes, Mark was somebody I was in kindergarten with, and the clock, oh, and it's a neighbor down the road that have the clock, and it just it's not relevant to grandfather unless grandfather knew these people. So it's so it's just the importance of being aware of how are we delivering, how are we presenting our mediumship.
And as well, learn to and trust that you can do it. Trust that this, whatever, now we're going back to the clock because that's very easy, that grandfather will tell the story about the clock. That could be some memories for the recipient in that clock, the sound of it or something like that. Yesterday, now this is just an example on how it can work. Now I am, when I get names, it's I want to place them as well, not just throw them out there if I can. So yesterday I had a lady and she was talking, I heard this out, Hillary, and I thought, is that your name? No. So I waited with that information until the communicator said, well, Hillary was a lady in the church, an old lady that I knew. So then I had the name and I placed it, both where she was and how she was, because I was told she was talking about Hillary. So now this is just, it's going very fast. In the beginning, it would be very much, oh, I have to wait for that information. Or do I have to, is it coming? And you get a bit, but the more you get used to that communication and asking and not demanding, because you can't really demand, because then you go into your head or your energy will just block. But when you allow it, it goes very fast. But in the beginning, it will be slow. But if you just put it in the back of your head, like in your toolbox. Now we mediums have a toolbox where we put our skills in, or things we've learned. And that's just one of the things in the toolbox. And the more you practice it and trust you can do it, the better it will be, the more things will unfold, and you can elevate the evidence for just Hillary. Yeah.
Yes. And then so ask here, as well as evidence such as the clock, how important to feel it is to convey the essence of the person in spirit. I believe that that's very important. And it's important, but also feel it's important that we have some factual evidence to to build the communication on, and through the factual evidence and the natural communication, we will bring that closeness of spirit, and through that communication, we as mediums can build with spirit. Then we can have the essence of the personality and many other things that coming. We're starting exploring. That's a part of exploring the evidence. It's like with the clock. What's the stories of the clock? The memories, the home the clock was in, and the grandfather personality in this case, or as we use grandfather as an example. Grandfather's personality can come forward through that clock. Maybe he was proud of, he was the one that was winding the clock up every week, or stories about somebody who stopped the clock all the time because they couldn't stand hearing the clock in the background. But a lot of things can come with this natural communication, and through that, because we are having that natural communication, that will bring in a more natural flow of the essence of the person and spirit, if that makes sense. So yeah, that is very important to have that bring that essence forward as well. But I have to turn it around. If you just bring the essence of the person's spirit without any factual evidence, it can be hard to place that person.
Yeah.
Basically, if we are working on a platform environment, in a one-to-one setting, yeah, we can. We shouldn't, but we can sometimes skip a little bit of the factual evidence. But what it is about the factual evidence, it makes it easy to quick understand who are with us from spirit. And when we know that, have brought that forward through the evidence, then we can unfold the essence of the person in the spirit, and all that comes with it. Obviously, on a platform, we have less than 10 minutes. When we have, if it's a private sitting, we will have half an hour, 3/4 of an hour, different length, different mediums over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very important.
It is very important.
But my experience is to work with spirit the way where we actually communicate with them, ask them questions, ask them, why is this relevant? Where does that belong? What is the memories about that? And so on, so on. So that helps that essence of the person to come forward, because then we give them the opportunity to express themselves.
Yeah.
Instead of just going with the one-word statements or asking questions to the recipient all the time. So yeah, I believe that's important, but it's I feel it becomes a natural part of that natural communication that we are talking about here. So it is really just get started practicing with it if you're not doing it already. Just allow yourself to say to spirit, what is that? Why are you bringing that clock in? Why are you bringing that name in? Why are you bringing that flower in? Why are you bringing that date in? One of the things we sometimes hear as well, it's like we've been getting several months. So you must understand the months of May, June, August, and September.
And then the 21st, the 5th, the 19th, and place them yourself.
Yeah. Well, you could just put it in a ball and just see how it falls out. And to be honest, none of us can really remember all these days. Very few of us can. And just for the fun of it, we took one day, sat down and looked through the diary, and so
And we started to find dates and months where we knew,
birthdays, anniversaries, passings, things like that. And there was not 1 month or a whole year that couldn't be relevant.
But we had to place them ourselves. So it was like, as you said, it was like you just bingo ball, and stirred around and So and I think as well, it's very, very much important, and also for you as a medium to develop that that bond with spirit as well, because you just get more evidence and more essence of who you are communicating with, and I think that's lovely. And also because I think it's very much important to train these skills, because that's one of the pillars in spiritualism, is to prove that our loved ones hasn't just gone, and there is continued life after death. And I think that's one of the things that's very much important. Well, I do think that's.
And exactly about the continuous life of the human soul is one of the things that often comes forward when we have this natural communication, having this. I need to know more about the things you're bringing forward here. Just go back to grandfather's clock there. That maybe that clock is still in the family, and maybe that clock has got a special place, or it's been painted or whatever. So after grandfather passed, so grandfather comes and shows that he knows of what is going on in life after his passing.
And it can lead you to the message.
Oh yes, very much.
So yeah,
very
it
much,
is very much important.
I usually say to the students, when you're coming to giving a message, look into the evidence you have brought forward, because often the message is within the evidence. So it's quite natural the way it's coming forward if we allow it to be. So it's just believe in it, and just and as I said, does it work every time? No. Because it's not because of spirit, it's often because of our self lack of confidence or whatever it is, and yes, I have failed with these things many times over years. I'm probably going to fail with them many times yet, but every time I learn a little bit more. Every time I'm becoming a little bit more confident, become a little bit more secure in that communication, and giving me more and more trust and faith, both in spirit but also with myself, that I'm actually able to have that communication.
Yeah.
But if I had stopped first time, it didn't work. I should not have become a medium. And it's a lifelong process to just keep developing your mediumship. I myself have, over the years, I've been putting quite a big effort into just go and watch other mediums work. Not to judge them or anything. I brought students with me as well, and not to judge other mediums, but to learn about other ways to do mediumship. And sometimes you think, oh, I like that. I'm going to try to work towards some aspects in this guy's or lady's mediumship. And there's other things where whoa, I really don't want to go there. So it's a learning process. It's not only about doing mediumship, but also understanding mediumship. And I think that's important. And you can do that by practice. You can do it by watching other mediums work as well.
Yeah.
and talking about practice, remember next week we have the open circle on Zoom where you have the opportunity to come both as a sitter and as a medium, no matter what level, if you're experienced medium or new to mediumship. We will be there, we will support you, and we will guide you through. And we might stop you during the message you're giving and say, oh, stop there, just ask about this. And see how it goes.
Yeah.
See how it goes.
So this is only just for, elevate the mediumship and just, come and try it. Just try it and don't take it as a failure if you can't develop it, but just put it in your, develop it, but elevate it next week. But when it is in there, you're telling spirit, well, I want to work with this. And maybe not next time, but next time again, or it will start to grow on you. Yeah.
So there's a lot of opportunities in circles, on courses, but also next week on Zoom. So we're looking forward to that. So hope to see a lot of people there, both as sitters and as mediums. It is a lovely way to work, and I believe that if you can get more people together to actually take in the importance it is with the work as medium, and responsibility as well, because it is a great responsibility we have as mediums to represent people's loved one in spirit. When we're doing it, let's do it as good as we can. And let's try to get better and better.
And never stop learning. Never stop learning.
So I can tell you that they are in spirit and coming to talk through a medium here on the plane. Or be a bugger. So yes, but if nobody else has a question or comment, I think we are going to round this up. Inspiring energies. Thank you all. Lots of healing energies, mounting presence. Oh, thank you, Rish. I love to see you here. I hope to see you next week, Rish, on the Zoom. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, so we will say thank you for tonight. Next week on Zoom, we do have a divine service on May 3rd with Neil Payne and Karen Woods. So you're all welcome there, but just look at our page. It will be it will come up there. So thank you all for listening, and those of you that come on later and watch and listen on catch up, you're all welcome next Thursday as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Good night, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are. We will leave you now and just
love and leave you.
Yes, and just have trust in spirit and trust in that communication. So, thank you.